Founded in 1920 as the Merrill Palmer Motherhood and Home Training School, the Merrill Palmer Skillman Institute has played a vital part in the history of Detroit and the nation. From the beginning, its innovative approach to education and science has served the interests of children and their families. The vision of its founding benefactor and namesake, Lizzie Merrill Palmer, has guided the school for a century. Lizzie Merrill Palmer was born in Portland, Maine in 1838. Her family moved to Michigan when Lizzie was 7. A few days after turning 18, Lizzie married Thomas Witherell Palmer. The Palmers were generous donors to many of Detroit's gyms, such as the Detroit Institute of Arts and the Michigan Humane Society. When Lizzie died in 1916, Lizzie left her most enduring gift to Detroit: money to start the Merrill Palmer Motherhood and Home Training School. She believed skilled homemakers built and sustained community. Lizzie hoped girls at her school would be educated, trained, developed, and disciplined, with special reference to fitting them mentally, morally, physically, and religiously for the discharge of the functions and service of wifehood and motherhood. Tracy McGregor, Detroit philanthropist, took on the task of establishing the school and managing Palmer's estate. He spoke with academic leaders in homemaking and motherhood to set goals and expectations for the school. McGregor bought the former home of industrialist and art collector Charles Lang Freer to house the school. They interviewed Edna Noble White to be the school's first director. Under Edna's direction, she established the nursery school, camps, clubs, and college courses. The curriculum emphasized play, art, storytelling, dramatics, and tool use. Before any student could enroll in the nursery school, staff doctors examined students thoroughly. Helen Thompson Woolley said, "The nursery school children come from a wide variety of homes, some of them rich, some of them poor, some of them from homes of culture and generations of education, and some of them from homes of very limited cultural background." In 1930, the school opened a 6-week-long summer camp for students ages 5 to 12. As Merrill Palmer School's programming grew, so did its research. There were many forms of research being done, including researchers testing infants' memory by measuring how long an infant would look at a familiar and novel picture. In 1923, maternal child nutritionist Icy Macy Hubler joined the team. Hubler embraced the idea that the school's research was conducted in the service of training students and supporting the community. Her work with the school led to her establishing the Nutrition Research Laboratory at Children's Hospital of Michigan. The Merrill Palmer School enrolled students from over 160 colleges and universities from around the world. These students, who were from different backgrounds, shared cooking, cleaning, budgeting, and other household duties and formed close friendships. Yet as late as the 1960s, students were warned to stay on the block and not to venture into nearby neighborhoods or cross Woodward Avenue to Wayne State University. These warnings reflected attitudes about race and gender. Funded by a large gift from Rose P. Skillman, the Skillman Building opened its doors in 1965 for use by community members to educate and support families of all backgrounds. Keith Osborne, chairman of Community Services at Merrill Palmer, served on the National Advisory Committee and began the Detroit branch of the program. The Head Start program still exists today and has served over 36 million children. Merrill Palmer also explored ways of reaching deeper into the community through new media. For many years, Merrill Palmer aired a half-hour program on child development and parenting. With every great reward, there was a great risk, and Merrill Palmer School was not exempt. Financial problems with deep roots plagued the school. Board member and major benefactor Eleanor Clay Ford's death in 1976 served as a final blow and ended an era. 3 years after Mrs. Ford's death, the Merrill Palmer Institute announced bankruptcy. WSU President Thomas Bonner, who succeeded Gullen in 1978, formally added the institute to its program studies in 1981. Today, Merrill Palmer Skillman Institute is recognized as a leader at Wayne State University in both child development research and meaningful connections with the community. MPSI research and intervention programs aim to reduce risk and increase resilience of youth through both traditional means and new uses of technology and social media.